Strange that within days of your arrival you've married Lady Arryn, and she's fallen through the moon door.
I'm sorry, Lord Baelish. I have to tell the truth.
After those words, most of us thought Baelish was done. We expected the truth. We expected an execution. But instead of one more honesty suicide of a Stark, we witnessed a masterclass in manipulation that no one saw coming. This one scene shows us exactly how Sansa managed to survive when all her enemies were busy dying. When Baelish threw his wife through the moon door, his position was as shallow as it gets. He was a man deeply disrespected by the Lords of the Vale.
Moneylender, whoremonger, you've been licking Tywin Lannister's boots.
The fact that Lysa died within days of their marriage was incredibly questionable. And when the Lords called for a witness,
We were told there was a witness, a girl.
Petyr did not expect it. Whatever his plan was to get out of this, Sansa wasn't a part of it. Watch him try to go fetch her.
Let me fetch her.
No need. We prefer to hear her testimony unadulterated.
He's trying to regain control, but they stop him. In that moment, he realizes he's essentially a prisoner in his own home. He no longer controls anything. The Lords despise him. His entire life depends on Sansa, who is, in his mind, just a child, a lost and confused child. What could she possibly do? Sansa comes in looking terrified. She can barely talk. And look at how they meet her.
Come closer, child. You have nothing to fear from us.
Lady Waynwood welcomes her with kindness. She acts like a caring mother, even offering to remove Baelish if it makes Sansa feel more comfortable.
Perhaps you would feel more comfortable if Lord Baelish left the room.
My lady.
I wasn't asking you.
He can stay.
Then suddenly, Lord Royce intervenes.
Speak up, girl, you're not a damn kitchen mouse. Tell us what you saw.
He's rude, loud, and aggressive. It looks like good cop, bad cop works in every universe. Sansa already has Lady Waynwood on her side. Now she needs to win over the other two, and she finds a perfect way to do it.
I'm sorry, Lord Baelish. I have to tell the truth.
See Baelish's face here. This isn't confusion anymore. It's pure terror. He's sure that when a Stark promises the truth, they actually tell it, just like Ned and Robb did. And he's not the only one who thinks so.
My name's not Elaine. It's Sansa Stark.
She continues with a shocking confession that blows her own cover. Why would she do that? Because revealing she's a Stark is one of her smartest moves. A random girl isn't trusted, but the daughter of Ned Stark is a different story. Starks are known for their brutal honesty.
Lord Royce, we met when you came to Winterfell. You were escorting your son Sir Waymar to the wall.
She doesn't give them a second to question her. She states she's a Stark and proves it immediately. Suddenly, they look at her differently.
Sansa Stark?
She isn't a servant anymore. She's a member of a great house. Lord Royce tries to pivot back to Baelish's lies.
You tell lies right to my face, you little worm.
Lord Baelish has told many lies,
But Sansa smartly pulls him back,
all to protect me.
reframing those lies as her own protection. She then does something brilliant. She redirects their focus from Baelish to her own misery.
I have been a hostage in King's Landing, a plaything for Joffrey to torture or Queen Cersei to torment.
She's not lying here. She's telling them what actually happened, which is why it's so easy for her to sound convincing.
They beat me, they humiliated me, they married me to the imp.
She masterfully uses the broken girl archetype. Suddenly, the Lords stop being judges and become uncles. You see genuine compassion on their faces. They really feel for her.
I had no friends in King's Landing, except one.
By this moment, everyone has practically forgotten about Baelish. Once she has them full of compassion, she redirects them again.
He saved me, smuggled me away when he had the chance.
Now Baelish is no longer a liar, but the savior of an innocent victim. Look at his face. He sees she's not as stupid as he thought. His terror shifts into confusion and a bit of hope.
He knew I'd be safe here in the Eyrie, with my own blood, my Aunt Lysa.
Notice that when she speaks of the Eyrie, she relaxes and sits down. She's showing them that this place gives her the protection she needs.
The Lannisters have friends everywhere, even the Vale. He made me swear not to tell anyone my true name.
That line is a masterclass. It achieves several goals at once. First, she shows the lords she trusts them with a secret, and trust is always flattering. Second, by saying the Lannisters have friends everywhere, she's subtly asking, I hope you aren't their friends. She's challenging their honor, forcing them to prove they aren't Lannister allies by protecting her. She essentially traps them into being her heroes, and they fall for that.
Your secret is safe with us, my lady.
It works. They aren't judges and witnesses anymore. They're lords standing together against a common enemy. The hatred for the Lannisters unites them.
Your father grew up right here in these halls. We hunted together many times.
Lord Royce has already forgotten Baelish. He's lost in his memories. But Lady Waynwood steers it back to the main matter.
Tell us what happened to your aunt, Sansa.
It's not about a crime anymore. It's a family matter. An uncle and a niece. Sansa has won the jury. Now she shows us how to mix truth, half-truth, and a lethal lie until it sounds perfect.
You knew her well, my lords, my lady. You knew she was a troubled woman.
Sansa starts with an obvious truth.
She always loved Lord Baelish. She told me herself.
The best way to hide a lie is to sandwich it between truthful statements.
From the moment he arrived at the gates of Riverrun, a boy of 8, carrying everything he owned in a little sack.
This is pure manipulation. She's attacking their memory. Royce definitely remembers Petyr as a boy, and by bringing up that little sack, she regresses Baelish in their minds from a moneylender to a vulnerable child. She makes the idea of him being a killer feel impossible.
She confessed to me she never loved Lord Arryn. She did as her father commanded, as so many of us have.
That's another hit. In great houses, marriages are usually arranged. Most likely, the lords in this room were married for politics too. It lands perfectly. It makes them feel for this couple of lovers, separated by duty.
When the gods finally allowed her to be with Lord Baelish, she was so happy for a time.
It sounds like a romance story. Two lovers finally reunited to be happy, and then she shifts and shows us a masterclass of manipulation. By the way, if you like this breakdown, please like and subscribe.
My aunt was a jealous lady.
She continues with a half-truth.
She was terrified that Lord Baelish didn't love her anymore, that he would abandon her for a younger woman.
There's no evidence for this, but it's so consistent with Lysa's nature that no one questions it. Look at Baelish's face. The terror is gone. He's the only one who can truly see how brilliant Sansa is.
And then, one day, she saw him kiss me.
Lady Sansa.
The lords are shocked. Sansa says this because she needs something strong enough to justify what happened next. This shock is what she needs.
It was a peck on the cheek, Lord Royce, nothing more.
She immediately explains herself, but the lords already imagine something much worse. If they felt that way, how would a troubled woman like Lysa react? Sansa is guiding them through her aunt's breakdown.
Lord Baelish is my uncle now. He's always been so kind to me.
Again, she reminds them, he is kind, and he is family.
I was so happy to be here, to be free, all because of him.
She points out the word free. She was a prisoner. He was a savior.
My aunt turned on me. She called me a whore, promised to throw me through the moon door.
Sansa is getting hysterical now. It's not just a performance. She really lived through this. Because she isn't lying about the most intense moments. She sounds completely natural.
When Lord Baelish tried to calm her, she struck him.
This is a pure lie.
She said she didn't want to live anymore. She stood on the edge of that moon door.
But it has the emotional momentum of the truth she told before. That's why it lands. But her final move is yet to come.
He tried to reason with her, promised her she was the only one he had ever loved, but...
The scene is escalating. Sansa sounds hysterical, reliving the moment. No one dares to interrupt her. That's exactly what she needs, to deliver her version as the final word.
She stepped through those doors and she was...
See what she does at the very end. She stops like she can't speak anymore and bursts into tears. But she's not that simple. This move is designed to stop the questioning. Lady Waynwood instantly shifts into a protective role.
It's not your fault, sweet girl.
The lords won't ask her anything. They already feel uncomfortable that they made her relive all that. But But do you remember how she turns away? You think it's because she's hiding her tears. She's been crying in front of them for minutes. She turns away because now she is playing. She turns away so they don't see her face, to ensure they don't catch a glimpse of insincerity. It's a childhood trick. You turn around when you're faking it so they don't see your eyes aren't actually wet. And we see the proof in the final glimpse. As she looks at Baelish over Lady Waynwood's shoulder, her face is completely calm. No tears, no shock. Her eyes say, "Now you owe me." Littlefinger is hiding a smile. He won against all odds. And that was the moment he realized Sansa is not a child anymore. Why did she help him? She tells us herself.
They'd have executed you, what would they have done with me?
She knows he needs her.
And you think you know me?
I know what you want.
And staying with him is safer than being alone in the Vale while the Lannisters are hunting her.
Better to gamble on the man you know than the strangers you don't.
She didn't just save his life, she took control of it. Do you think Sansa truly became the master in this scene? Or was she still just a desperate girl doing whatever it took to stay alive? And if Baelish hadn't been so blinded by his own arrogance, could he have seen this coming? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe.